the same day, 1 p.m.
それではこれより Let us
hereby call to order the main session of the West Zemuria Trade Conference. Oh, everyone's here. Is that Grimwood? Man, they couldn't even give Arios like a plastic chair or anything, you know, like one of those IKEA foldable ones. His ankle's gonna be hurting after this. He's standing for like 12 hours. I, Henry McDowell, shall have the honor of officiating the proceedings. The conference is scheduled to run for approximately 5 hours, during which there will be one intermission period. However, depending on how deliberations are progressing, a limited extension may be granted. I would now like to introduce you to two observers that will be joining us for the conference. Yo, McDowell, you gotta wrap this up, man, okay? I can't have a 5-hour episode. Like, I can stall this maybe for a week, but we can't have a 5-hour yapping contest, okay? We gotta wrap this up. Lawyer Ian Grimwood is a legal expert who is active not only in Crossbell but our surrounding nations as well. I requested that he attend today's conference due to his familiarity with both common and international law. Is that Yagami-san? It's a pleasure to be here. I am Ian Grimwood at your service. Ah, this must be the Crossbell's famous Grizzly Grim. Yes, I've heard of you as well. They say you're primarily concerned with issues regarding civil rights. It's an honor to meet you. You flatter me. I hope my expertise proves useful to everyone today. Next, Bracer Arios MacLean. Dude, it would have been so badass if they also got Cassius. Yeah, but Cassius, yeah, he's a general now though. You may recognize the name from his many outstanding achievements in our neighboring countries. I request that he too attend as a neutral observer on behalf of the Bracer Guild to further ensure our safety here today. That is correct. I am Arios MacLean. A pleasure to make your acquaintances. So this is the Divine Blade of Wind. Speaker assumes right. Your reputation greatly precedes you, even over in the Republic. Tales of your deeds reach the Imperial capital as well. People often speak of Crossbell as Divine Blade, a man swathed in wind-born might. He is basically Yasuo. I'm honored. Without further ado, let us begin by going over each proposal on today's docket. Mayor Dieter Kwa will be our first proponent. The floor is yours, Mayor Kwa. Thanks. Now, if you all direct your attention to Bill number 1 in your provided materials. Yeah, it's begun. Yep. We already knew that Arios would be here, but I had no idea Mr. Grimwood was going to play a role too. It would seem his moniker of Grizzly Grim is well known outside of Crossbell as well. Yeah, but keep in mind, conferences such as these are meant to establish accords and agreements between governing bodies. As such, it's necessary to have someone on hand with expertise in international and common law. Huh, I see. And who makes a better advisor for that than Grizzly Grim himself? You know, it's nice that we can see the start of the conference and all, but this stuff is way over my head. It's not as though it's our place to be concerned with the actual discussions during the conference. Focus on what matters most, making sure today passes without incident. Understood. So, should we begin as planned? Yep. I've tasked you with patrolling the 34th, 35th, and 36th stories. Everyone on these floors should know who you are and why you're here. I'd advise you to take the time to speak with members of the media and the staff of the dignitaries. Roger that. Good. I'll be heading back to the 34th floor now. May Ideas protect you. Call me if anything happens. Wait, that means Lecter, Julia, and Weller are all here too, just like chilling in the break room. Oh my god, I gotta see this. It's like the gang. Dudley is usually pretty steely, but even he's on edge today. Yeah, I'd be on edge too, man. My job's staked on this, and my life. You see how they blocked off those stairs? Dude, someone puts a freaking bomb on the 33rd floor, we're all dead. This entire structure is gonna tip over. There's no way we're making it to the stairs. It's hard to imagine today ending peacefully after what we experienced last night. I agree, we're gonna need to be hyper vigilant on these patrols. Yeah, no kidding. Well, what do you say, leader? Ready to get this show on the road? I am. Let's follow Dudley's advice and speak with all the other parties present. Wait, shouldn't we be splitting up to do our patrols? No? Okay. Well, the conference is finally here. I don't know about you, but I can feel the tension in the air. Yeah, me too. Wow, the view from this corridor is really something impressive. Staring into the distance makes you feel like you're floating on top of the clouds. Gotta stay alert, I'm on duty. Alright, they're all chilling inside. Got it. I can go both ways. Alright, let's go this way then. The shutter to the elevator is sealed tight. Only the leftmost elevator is usable during the trade conference. As a security precaution, yes? I believe this elevator locking mechanism is controlled via the orbital network. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be Orcus Tower if their security system wasn't state-of-the-art. No big deal though, we can just use the leftmost elevator instead. Okay. Let's stay on this floor for now though. They have personal rooms on this floor. The first on the right is the mayor's and the speaker's. After that is Prince Oliver's. The furthest room on the back has been reserved for Chancellor Osborne. They're unoccupied at present, save for the cleaning staff, so feel free to enter if you'd like. Okay. Oh my god, it's Lecter. Man, gotta love that view. Ain't it something? What are you doing here? Ah, come on you guys, I'm part of His Excellency's the Chancellor's staff. Nothing unusual about me kicking back in here. But you already knew that, right? It's been a few weeks, guys and gals. We really gotta stop meeting like this. Even today of all days, you look like you don't have a care in the world. What he looks like is someone who has something to hide. Hey, don't be like that, little lady. Only thing I'm hiding under all this charm is additional surplus charm. So those glares on your faces tells me you guys have a boatload of questions you want to ask. That's right, we learned a thing or two in the past 24 hours. Specifically about the Imperial government's actions or lack therefore of. Regarding the trade conference. Alright then, I'm not exactly sure what you've heard. So let me shoot you a question of my own. Did you know that I'm working with a noble faction to take Gillian Osborne's life? Ooh, straight to the point. What? Oh. Consider the source, everyone. Don't listen to a word he says. I ain't falling for this one again, pal. Fool us once, shame on you. Dang, don't run a guy's fun like that. 2 out of 6 ain't bad, but I was hoping to string half of you along at least. I suppose we can just chalk that one up as a crude attempt at humor then. Listen, Lecter, because I need to make something clear. I don't care what your position or goal is. But from where I'm standing, you're the type of person who knows how to take responsibility and get the job done. Owing to that, the most logical thing to do would be to cooperate with us. At least as far as security is concerned. Am I wrong? So that's your play? I was only fooling about the turncoat business just now, but you can't tell me it's totally impossible to picture, right? You gotta keep your eyes peeled at all times, stay vigilant and see the signs. That's the key to a good writer, finding inspiration, you know? I don't know any aspiring authors in this room last time I checked. I've seen broken rifles shoot straighter than this guy. Sorry, but that's all the advice I can give you at the moment. You should keep an open mind about how things might play out. Expect the unexpected and all that jazz. That's real helpful, thanks. Even now I can't get a read on what he's thinking. I feel like I understand him even less than I did before. Yeah. He's definitely a mysterious character, as well as kind of his past too. He might be like Mueller though, where he was kind of like born into servitude, you know? But like unlike Mueller, he might just actually hate life, unlike where Mueller found like acceptance within it, you know? So he might be like a foil in that regard. The Sword of Vander. Hey, I can see Armorica Village off in the distance. Man, just look at all those bees go, carrying honey and buzzing over all over the place. Get real, there's no way you can see that far. He's a master baiter. Who is this? I heard Prince Oliver is especially fond of red roses, so I took the liberty of fetching some to decorate his room with. I hope he enjoys them. Yeah, don't tell him that. Or I'll take you home with them. This room will be set aside for Prince Oliver during today's intermission. Her Highness is quite renowned among the Imperial upper crust for his refined taste and unique pursuits. Knowing that makes me want to pull all of my energy into preparing his room to his liking. Now, I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Bunches. And who is this? The mayor and speaker will be sharing this room during the intermission. They have the work cut out for them representing Crossbell today, so I'm going to make this place as spick and span as I can. This spot gives you an amazing view of Crossbell. Every time I try to clean the windows, I end up getting distracted, gazing out at the city instead. Yeah. Be like one of those IG posters, you know? Just be like, yeah, this room costs more than your rent. Or something. Oh god. Alright, let's go this way. I didn't talk to you yet, though. The rooms here in the West Wing are reserved for the visiting dignitaries from Meriferia, Liberal, and Calvard. For their privacy, we're limiting patrols on this floor to only what's necessary. That may sound flawed, but do understand that our guests are headed of states. We're obligated to provide them a certain amount of confidentiality. The dignitaries are also being accompanied by their own personal escorts during any recesses, so security should be an issue. Alright. Got it. So, who's this? Claudia's room? This is for Prince Albert, okay? From what I understand, the Grand Prince has an extensive knowledge of music. As it happens, I'm currently preparing Speaker MacDowell's private record collection for him to enjoy. Yo, play some beats. Let me see what MacDowell listens to. What, Beethoven? Tchaikovsky? I'm dusting up a storm. That's not a speck out of place on this potted plant now that I'm done with it. Time to double check for any spots I missed. Okay, that potted plant is a terrorist. I see it already. It's a crisis actor. It's gonna be plot relevant later. Oh, is that Sieg? Oh, you're those police officers they have on patrol, aren't you? That's us. Sorry for interrupting. Scree. And you're Princess Claudia's little friend, Sieg, was it? Ah, this must be the gear falcon Kia told me about. Alright, she can understand him too. What's the little guy saying? Could you translate for us, Tio? He says, hello again, S3, and nice to meet you, Tio. So he remembers us after all. Clever bird. I always remember the faces of Princess Claudia's friends. Huh. I'm honored to hear you say that, Sieg. Yo, what a guy. Isn't he just the cutest, smartest little bird you've ever seen? Nah, man. I had like 4 finches when I was like younger. and they were stupid. They were really dumb. I don't mean to make a fuss, but are these refreshments truly suitable for the president? I understand your concern, but the kitchen staff did their very best with them. I'm sure they'll be fine. Besides, they're patriotic in a way, don't you think? I suppose so, but surely there were better alternatives. Is there some kind of issue with the snacks they prepared? Those sweet buns have Mishy's face on them. I would recognize them anywhere. They're Mishy buns. I fail to see the problem here. Any other food stuff would be objectively inferior. Yo, calm down, Tio. Well, if nothing else, to give the president something to remember Crossbell by. That's what they meant by patriotic. Mishy buns? Oh my god. Please tell me I can buy one later. Okay, well we're done here, so why don't we head to the next floor. Floor 35. Time to walk around. Oh shit, it's Kirika. Well, look who it is. It's been some time, S3. How are your patrols going? Kirika. Oh my god. Sorry, I got distracted. Where are my manners? The last time we met, I was under different circumstances. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Kirika Ruron, aide to the President of the Calvard Republic at your service. Yo, Kirika had like the biggest career come up ever. She went from like admin staff to like secret agent executive assistant, basically. I have other responsibilities and titles, of course, but they're nothing worth mentioning. Bro, just say that you're friends with Estelle, and then she'll be more friendly to you. Just be like, yeah man, so I heard you're best buddies with Zin? Would that include being an entertainment producer like you mentioned before? It would. Quite legitimately, in fact. It's just one of the many hats I don. There is, for that matter, a production company back in the Republic as well. I see. In other words, there are no holes to poke in your story. She's a woman with a mask for every situation, and like any self-respecting spy, she knows how to use them. Hey, I like me a little mystique. What I wouldn't give for a little roleplay with her for just one night. Pause, Randy. Get in line, Randy. Yo, that's one of those comments best kept to yourself. Care to share your conversation with the class, you three? Oh, that reminds me. Little birdie tells me that a little birdie invited you aboard our sail yesterday. I beg your pardon? We should have expected you would already know. Geez, how do your sources even get this stuff? Settle down, it isn't anything to fret over. I am curious though, did you hear anything of note? Well, there's only some friendly advice, nothing more. There's still plenty we have to figure out for ourselves. Is that right? Well, the same could be said for myself. What? I was merely thinking out loud. I can envision as many scenarios as I'd like, but that doesn't mean any of them will come to pass. There's so many conflicting motives, there's still so much we don't know. And that's true of everyone working here today. Will today be the day that the first Domino pizza falls, or is that just juncture yet to come? What? What am I saying? Who can really say that at this point in time? I think I understand what you're getting at, but still. I really want some pizza. By the way, she's right on the mirror. The only thing I'll add is that my role in today is nothing more than that of a presidential guardian and keeper. In that sense, you could almost consider us as colleagues. Let's say we put aside our allegiances and simply watch how today unfolds. Beyond that, I have no further comments to make for the moment. Fair enough. Thanks for the info. Okay. I'm sure you have much you'd like to discuss, but for now, let's watch and see how things proceed. Given we're both tasked with security today, our duties aren't all that different from each other. Yeah, the conference appears to be going well. Better than a typical Republican Parliament session anyways. The president has to be relieved he's not dealing with the opposing party today. Ah, you must be the S3 that are on patrol duty. Thanks very much for your service. Let us know if there's anything we can do to make your job easier. These are Remiferian guardsmen. You're the S3, yeah? I trust your patrols are going well today. We've been briefed on the possibility of terrorists targeting the conference. Every one of us is going to have to do our utmost to keep the attendees safe and secure. Today's trade conference is of great interest to those of us from Remiferia, hoping at least to further economic development back home. We obviously can't enter in the middle of the conference. Let's leave. Aw, man. The first half of the conference is scheduled to conclude at 3 p.m. Of course, that could change slightly depending on how things go inside. Hey, the conference is currently in session. If you'd like to observe, you can go into the gallery on the next floor. Okay, fine. The conference is currently in session. I get it, buddy. If terrorists really do attack, we can only guess what they'd be after. Regardless, we all have our assignments from the security command room, and you can be sure we're going to do them. Dude, what if Bleu Blanc is like a terrorist in this game? That'd be fucking hilarious. Oh shit, it's the boys. I'm curious who this person is. Oh, she has a portrait. It's a new character. I've become a nervous wreck all day. But I can't let this opportunity go to waste, especially after all Prince Olivert's done for this academy. Oh, who is this? She's from Erbonia, okay, and she knows Olivier. Alright, new character, let's go. Most importantly, I'm here as a representative of Thor's. I gotta put myself together and chip in. Wait, they talked about this too, back in the flashback. There was like this military academy that Olivier was talking about with Mueller. So she's the representative, was the student council president or something? She's just like Claudia. What's the girl in a school uniform doing here? I did hear that a student was going to be accompanying the Imperial government to the conference. Supposedly they're hoping to gain some real-world experience, being one of the best and brightest of their academy. This must be her. Damn, here I was thinking someone just couldn't find a babysitter. Okay, Randy. Somehow I get the feeling she and I would have a lot to talk about. Oh, did she play Palm? She played Palm Battle? She has to have skipped a grade or two, right? Well, you never know. That girl just might be around the same age as you and Lloyd. She seems like she's got a good head on her shoulders, so I guess she could be older than she looks. It'd be nice to get to know her, but we're a bit pressed for time today. Interesting. Who are you? I still have to put together the conference minutes and review the draft we're sending to the Imperial Times. Oh, and I need to respond to Radio Trista's media request too. Well, good to know that Erbonia has their own news source and it's called the Erbonia Times. Ah, you must be the S3. Thanks for all your service today. As you can see, there's nothing out of the ordinary to report here. If you have no particular business, I would ask that you not loiter in the room any longer than needed. Yeah, sure thing. Rather blunt, isn't he? like a pistol whip to the face. Any loud noises you make in this room will carry over next door and disrupt the conference. As such, we ask that you remain as quiet as possible while you're here. Mueller! It's good to see you again, Major Vander. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary yet? Ah, hey there, S3. It's hard enough reason to let our guard down, but things have been calm thus far. Even the discourse of the conference itself has been civil. I'd admittedly impressed by how smooth things are going. If the conference continues to go well, that will at least alleviate some of the stress on the prince's shoulders. Is everything okay, Major Vander? You seem to have a lot on your mind. I suppose you could say that. In a sense, we've only come this far because of the seeds he chose to sow. But never mind that. What matters most right now is the duties of this conference. I've got a role to play as the prince's escort. Just as I'm sure you all have your own. Keep the conference secure. Right, that much is for certain. That's cool. I'm here to serve as the prince's escort. As such, I will observe the conference until its conclusion the way any military officer in my shoes would. Nice. Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, if it isn't the S3. I take it you've been securing the conference rooms and floors? That's right, we managed to eke out an assignment as part of the security. So this room is where you've stashed all the big guns, is it? Metaphorically speaking, of course. I bet every last person in here is a ranking officer. Correct, by all accounts, this room alone could prevent a major incident. Absolutely, not to mention Senior Captain Schwarz's swordsmanship. I've heard it's as fearsome as it is elegant. You're far too kind. It's nothing so extraordinary. That being said, no matter what happens, no one will lay so much as a finger on Her Highness, I swear it. Actually, I can believe that. I think like most of the military people, like personnel from Liberal, are like a bit stronger than the other countries, just because half of them are like trained by Cassius. Like he trained, was it Sid, right? He trained Sid, Richard. He also sparred with General Morgan back then too. We saw him train Schwarz. He also sparred against what was it? What was her name? Annalise as well. Like Cassius has literally trained everybody from Liberal. Trust us to protect the conference room, and we trust you would keep watch over the other floors. Of course, thanks. As members of the Royal Guard, it's our sworn duty to protect Princess Claudia by any means necessary. Rest assured that the security here is in good hands. Best of luck with the rest of your patrols. You're damn right. Alright, I'm out of here. Okay, so that's this room. And we can head down. Floor 34. Okay, this is the last one. I saw Vice Commissioner Pierre muttering to himself, oh my god, Pierre? How is that guy not fired? I thought he was gone in this game. I hope he's alright. I'm a little worried about him, to be honest. No way Pierre's here in the break room. Oh my god, Pierre ass actually here. I can't believe that woman would... No, I'm sure of it this time. What? Who's he mumbling about? Excuse us, Vice Commissioner Pierre. What? The S3, oh joy. Well, can I help you? If I may ask, Vice Commissioner, what are you doing here? Tio, you can't just... Oh, nothing except my job as Director of the Security Command Room. Wait, then why are you in the break room? Since when? Come to think of it, I do recall seeing your name sprinkled around in some of our material. Ah, I see, I never read those, hence my confusion. You what? Ah, here we go. We probably should have mentioned this to all of you sooner. Whoops. One question, if you're the head of security, why are you in here instead of the command room? Taking a little break? Please, Dudley has full authority while we're here on site, with my permission, of course. So you see, there's no reason for me to be in the command room. Too many leaders spoil the group, as it were. Think of it however you like. As your superior, I know what is best for the operation. Now then, you six just focus on not getting in Dudley's way. Yes, sir. Oh my god. Yeah, by the way, Vice Commissioner, could I ask that what woman you were referring to just now? I'm curious too, is it something we should be wary about? Why would my wife be... Oh my god, it's his wife again. I mean, mind your own business. I got nothing to do with you. Now get back to work. Yes, sir. All that was just about his old lady? Perhaps the tight leash she has on him is beginning to chaff. What if the case thinking you'd appreciate us keeping quiet about this? Grr, every single time. Even I can. I know I could. Can I buy some unique items here? No, I can't. Okay. There's no like mystery drink X. So this is where they put the lunch boxes. Finally can grab a bite to eat. I don't get a free lunchbox either. No paid lunch. Damn. Listen up, there's a press conference scheduled during the intermission. Make sure everything is in order on the double. Understood, we'll get right on it. Alright, well that appears over here. That's great. This is the command room. Dudley's not here though. Oh, Captain Grant, a pleasure to see you. Hey Grant, working hard? Good day, Sergeant Major Seeker. You as well, Sergeant Orlando. Sergeant Orlando? Though I suppose neither of you is technically part of the CGF at the moment. That's true, but my leave is only temporary. You can address me by whatever you find easiest. Nah, I don't really care either way. Are you two the other representatives on the CGF? That we are. It's out of consideration for the dignitaries and members of the press, you might say. Why didn't they send Mireille? I could have had Mireille here. Part of the CGF's orders for this assignment is to stay out of sight and minimize exposure, hence the bare bones deployment. Sounds like the reasoning goes deeper than that. It does. Essentially, the decision is a way of tiptoeing around the two major powers. While the Guardian Force's weaponry is restricted by state law, it still functions the same as any other state military. We stay within budget, but a great deal of our funding goes towards maintaining and improving the arms we're allowed to have. Those expenditures would be an easy point of contention, but if they were out in the open during the conference, out of sight, out of mind, in other words. Diplomacy can be one fickle mistress. All true, but I try not to think about it too much. In the end, the both of us are only here for appearance's sake. Still, there's an entire company of guardsmen in one story below, ready to mobilize at a moment's notice. Are we sure we're not the terrorists? We're not the assassination group here? Should something happen, they'll be on the floor within seconds, rest assured. Open up! CGF! Good to know. We'll be counting on you if it comes to that. It's up to us to keep everyone safe. Today, Major Seeker, let's put our backs into it. You can entrust the security of this floor to me and Captain Grant. Roger that. Roger, roger. There's no, like, food books here? Okay, you guys are no fun. Oh, this is the operation room. Okay, the other one was the CGF room. All of us in the security division are contributing to keeping Orcus Tower safe during the trade conference. Our members are practical combat specialists who train constantly for emergency situations. Should the worst come to pass, I can assure you that we'll be just as capable as the CGF. Really? We're accustomed to protecting the government property and dignitaries alike. Whenever the anniversary festival or this international conference, handling large-scale events is just part of the job. I'll bet. Watching the building through this monitor, you can tell everyone is on extra high alert. Things would be a lot simpler if our fears about these terrorists turned out to be unfounded, wouldn't they? Yeah. Well, maybe don't hold it in a freaking conference that's saying, hey, look at me and my huge tower looking down on you. You can't get me. The infrastructure we set up here allows us to consolidate and parse every bit of security data that flows in just like that. Plus, while the terminals here are limited, we'll still have access to the database at CPD headquarters. Should the need arise, we'll have detailed info on any suspicious characters available at our fingertips. There you all are. Have you noticed anything amiss? No, not yet. That monitor over there gives you a security overview of the entire tower at once, right? Correct. We have access to every critical area of the building in real time. That includes the conference room, of course. Thankfully, this tower is equipped with the most advanced security system on the continent. Numerous locations are beginning to incorporate video surveillance, as I recall, from the IBC to Orbital stores. I've never seen such a large quantity of them all in one place, however. Jeez, how many there are is only half of it, and the fact that this technology even exists is amazing on its own. I wouldn't be surprised to see them used to survey areas outside the city. Someday the CGF's days will be numbered, Noel. I don't think it'll ever be that simple. How widespread they become is going to depend on the public's approval. Digressions aside, they're a more welcome convenience for this assignment. Without any leads on the terrorist plans, all we can do is nip things in the bud the moment they strike. Whenever, right before or just after. That's why we have to keep our eyes sharp. We can't afford to overlook even the tiniest detail. So if you come across anything suspicious, be sure to report it at once. Understood. We still haven't caught wind of any terrorist activity, but it's too optimistic to hope they called off their plans in the face of our flawless security. Would we be so lucky? Who knows? They might like this entire like tour and like grand look around might just be a red herring. Nothing might actually happen. This waiting room is for the members of the press for each participating country. General policy forbids them from exiting while the conference is in session. They should all be accounted for in there. Feel free to enter if there's anything you need to confirm. Oh man, it would be so cool if Neil was in here. Honestly, Neil should be here. Cause like, he won the freaking award, the full Wurlitzer award or whatever, right? Back in Trails 3? No, back in Trails 2, because he covered the city in the sky. So like, technically he should be here and known by other people. Because he's famous, him and Dorothy. I'm Thompson from the Ardent Press, a pleasure to meet you. You're a photographer with Tyrell Times. Why does that sound so funny? My name's Tyrell with Tyrell Times. That's right, but I'm still only a rookie. You say Ardent Press, right? You mean you're from Rimephiria? Well, we may be from different countries, but we're not competitors today. I'm looking forward to working with you. Ha, likewise. Here's hoping we all get the story we're looking for. Okay. I haven't heard too many positive remarks about the Crossbelt Police in the past. However, seeing how tight the building security is, I'm getting the exact opposite impression today. The only conclusion I can come to is that the CPD shortcomings are a result of their structure, not the people. You're not wrong about that. Yeah, the trade conference truly is extraordinary. I've never covered anything like this before. Yeah, well, I've covered malls. I've covered wars too, in fact. Conferences between any two of these countries aren't uncommon, but between Crossbow and its 4 neighboring nations, that's unheard of. Not to mention both Chancellor Osborne and President Rocksmith are attending in person, rather than sending surrogates. That is essentially the first time these two met, face to face. Talk about history in the making. It's unprecedented, to say the least. Reporters from every participating nation have gathered for the sake of covering this day, you and your Imperial Chronicle colleagues included. Yeah, where's Neil? Yo, Neil, you should have been here, man. Yo, good to see you, S3. Hey, if it isn't Lloyd and Company. Feels like we've been waiting forever for this trade conference to kick off, doesn't it? It's like the main event of all the main events. Crossbell's leadership and representatives for 4 nearby countries and a bonanza of international discourse. And so, of course, a big to-do like this demands a prime-time venue. Orcus Tower, the continent's first true skyscraper. Can you feel it? The nerves in the air? Ah, it's so tense that my heart's about to jump out of my chest. I definitely see the tension, but honestly, you don't look the least bit nervous to me. I suspect the nerves are coming less from her and more from her future prospective victim/interviewees. Ah, Tio, you're back. And you brought that trademark snark along with you too. I'll admit I'm not so much anxious as I am giddy, but enough about that. There's someone I want to introduce you to. Meet Noticia. Noticia, this is the S3. Nice to meet you. I don't have a portrait. Nice to meet you. I've seen you all in the papers before. You look like an even finer team in person. I'm a reporter from the Liberal News. Oh shit, I should know her technically. What? Man, instead of sending me Neil, they send this NPC. Thanks for keeping us all safe for the day. Happy to be of service. I've heard the Liberal News Service is the largest publication in the kingdom. That's right. They've also been getting a lot of attention in the journalism world for another reason. 2 of their own reporters were awarded the Pulitzer Prize last year. That's right. Just shout out my boy Neil and Dorothy. Oh, the Pulitzer Prize. If I remember correctly, they give that to the most outstanding journalists on the continent each year. Uh-huh. Yep. That's the one. Anyways, the latest recipients are a duo by the names of Neil Burns and Dorothy Hyatt. Neil's our ace reporter and Dorothy's a brilliant camerawoman. Oh man, so the kingdom took home the crown last year, huh? Okay, I'm sorry, my dog's barking. 2 guesses as to what the prize-winning story was. Could it have been the strange phenomenon that happened in Libro around that time? Right again. Though technically everything they covered leading to the incident factored into the decision too. I see. They sound very impressive. Yeah, I guess so, but that doesn't mean we'll just lie down and let them outshine us. It's every reporter's dream to win the Pulitzer Prize at least once in their career. And if you want to win the next one, then you'd better get the best scoop you can, each and every day, especially this one. Man, and Neil should have been here. Neil and Grace interacting would have been amazing. You got that, Ryan? You can't let any of these news hounds get the jump on us. Yes, ma'am. If Grace gets any more fired up, the orbital sprinkler system might go off. Good one, Lloyd. Let's hope she can behave herself at least. Alright, alright. Alright. Well, that's one patrol down. Lloyd, I don't have another time. I don't have another episode to do another one of these, okay? My vocal cords are dying. Nothing unusual to report at the moment. Yep, so far so good. We might as well make another loop around. Good plan. You know, I can't help but wonder, if the conference is going smoothly. Me too. I know the mayor and speaker are doing their best, but that's a tough room they've got in there. The Blood and Iron Chancellor and President Rocksmith present the greatest challenge. Well, that they do. Want to ask someone how it's been going during the intermission? The same day, 3:05. Oh, nice. Time skip. The trade conference finally reached its halfway point. Before the intermission officially began, the heads of state held a brief press conference for the media. I would like to say, I do not know that woman. I do not. Meanwhile, Lloyd and the others took the opportunity to speak to Mr. Grimwood, who started his break ahead of the others. What about Arios? Where's Arios? Who left their bento open on the other table? Ah, that explains it. Things being as precarious as they are, the S3 was asked to assist with the security detail. Exactly. I'm not sure how much of a difference we really make in the grand scheme, though. We may only be an additional peace of mind. Nah, don't sell yourself short, my friend. You're the team that thwarted an assassination attempt on the previous mayor. It's reassuring to have you all here. That's kind of you to say. Yeah, thanks for the vote of confidence. But how is the conference going, Mr. Grimwood? Things appear to be proceeding smoothly thus far. Well, that's a fair assessment. Talks are slow, but steady for now. The participating nations have already agreed to several trade deals. Mayor Kwa's efforts are truly beginning to pay off for all of us. Thank goodness. Well, that puts my mind at ease. Slow but steady for now, you say. Do you think things may get rocky in the second half? Is there something you're concerned about? Well, I don't hold the jurisdiction to tell you this as an observer on the sidelines, but the focal point of the first half of the conference centered on proposals that affect such fields as trading and finance. The second half, on the other hand, will be reserved for proposals from each of the various heads of state. That is undoubtedly where the topic of crossbow's defense will be addressed. But if they do that, it'll be only a matter of time before foreign military presence enters the equation. But what about the non-aggression pact? It's only been 2 years since it was signed. Damn, I'm old. It's been 2 years since that? Well, the Queen of Liberal did push the pact. She did push the pact. Sorry, that was my phone note if you're wondering what that little blurt was. Did push the pact into being the crossbow's best interest in mind. But technically, 2 of the nations participating today never signed the pact, Remiferia and, well, Crossbow itself. True, it was only a 3-way pact. It's only inevitable that a new continental security framework will be discussed. Likely so. My grandfather shares your concerns and expectations both. Would drafting up a new pact and having Crossbow sign it this time not be the simplest solution? It has to be. They can model the framework after the non-aggression pact and prohibit military forces between all the nations. But I get it. Crossbow isn't technically a nation. The Empire and the Republic only recognize Crossbow as an autonomous state. It's as you say. Crossbow lacks the sovereignty to enter an international treaty. Economic arrangements alone are not grounds for the state to enter into a formal pact as its own entity, and that fine line we tread is precisely what puts the state of Crossbow in jeopardy. I'm sort of getting it, but this definitely isn't cut and dry. Excuse me, but I have something I would like to add. Crossbow is not the only autonomous state on the continent. Yeah, what about Lemon State, right? Yeah. Ored and North Ambria. Yeah, I've never heard of Ambria. What is that, man? I'm gonna need a world map. There are so many places I don't know of yet. I've heard of Ored like 2 times, I think. Are those states also barred from entering into international treaties? No, they're not. It's true that each state has its own set of historical circumstances as to why they remain states instead of forming nations. Each of them has been recognized by the major powers as independent with sovereignty of their own. So they have equal standing. Exactly. They're treated very differently than Crossbow. Primarily because their sovereignty is recognized by the holy city of Arteria. Oh shit, I see. So they're under the encompass of the Septian Church. So Kevin's group, or Carnelia. What was her actual name though? Eyes, I think was her name. Yeah. Man, I can't wait till they explore on the freaking different Grail Spritters. There's like so much to explore on them. Because we only know Kevin and his mentor, and obviously Rufina too. Rest in peace, Rufina. The holy city of Arteria, as in the high seat of the Septian Church? Yeah. As a city-state, Arteria's territory is small, but the church holds religious authority across the continent. Numerous autonomous states and free cities own their establishment to the church's aid. I see. Well, then you have Crossbell, whose autonomy was gifted to it by Urbonia and Calvard. That's how we're in the unique position of having two suzerain powers above us. I've never heard that term before. And that has historically led to Crossbell being dragged into the conflicts time and time again. So if Crossbell only had a modicum of sovereignty, we could work to improve the situation. But if consent from both countries is what it will take for it to becoming a reality, there's basically no hope. I wish I could disagree. But that way, it does seem bleak. Getting back to the topic at hand, I would expect the Chancellor and President to have their ideas regarding Crossbell security. Naturally, each country's terms for their respective proposals will differ vastly. The Speaker and Mayor will have to be wary of what we stand to gain or lose. Apologies, my young friends. I'm sure you already have enough on your mind. Remember, the Speaker McDowell is no stranger to matters such as these, and I get the sense Mayor Qua still has some cards to play himself. You think he has a plan? But what could it be? I don't know the particulars myself. Nevertheless, I could very well be. Oh, sorry, I should take this. It's me. Bannings, the press conference has concluded. The dignitaries are now headed to the 36th floor. Where are you? Oh, we're still in the break room on the 34th. Was there something you needed us to do? Yes, actually we were contacted by both Chancellor Osborne and President Rocksmith. They each requested to speak to the S3 during the intermission. They what? Given who they are, I hope you understand we're in no position to turn them down. So the S3 is to visit them both during the intermission, and that's an order. The President is staying in the furthest room, on the West Wing corridor, while the Chancellor is in the furthest of the East. Yeah, hold on a second, I get that we can't refuse, but why ask for us? That's a lot of pressure, Dudley. Don't be such a child, Bannings. This is an excellent opportunity to get some insight on what each side is after. Yeah, you're right. Okay, we'll head there right away. Lean on McDowell if the going gets rough. She's the one on your team best suited to handle these situations. Report to me once you're finished. Understood. QTE negotiations. What was that about, Lloyd? You're getting real right up there. What's going on, bud? Brace yourselves. Lloyd explained to the others that both the Chancellor and President had requested a private audience with them. Nanny. Not that I can discern, he seems entirely serious. Well, this is certainly a surprise. The S3's name is more well known than I thought. Oh, I don't know about that. I suspect it's because we're familiar with several members of their personnel. That's the only reason for their interest in us that I can think of. You might be onto something there. Regardless of the reason though, there's no way we could possibly decline. Don't I know it. Let's head up to the 36th floor. Dudley said the rooms are on the furthest ends of the east and west wings. You don't want to keep them waiting. Yes, sir. There ain't nothing enthusiastic about this. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, man. But what if I want to see all my other friends? Oh shit. Wait, what? Arios and Kilika? I believe so. What could they be talking about? Nearly a year has gone by since you left the guild. Are you adjusting well to your new job? More or less, though the workload is much heavier. It doesn't even begin to compare. So I imagine. And how has Shizuku been? As cheerful as ever, though sometimes I feel as though she's a bit too accommodating for a child her age. She was recently blessed with a wonderful friend as well. I've noticed that she smiles more often since then. It's good to hear. It's already been half a decade since Sayu's passing, hasn't it? Or Saya's, not to mention 6 years since our first meeting. That's right, 6 years. You were wandering the continent when you came across Saya in Crossbell City by chance. As I remember it, she insisted you stay with our family while you were in town, no matter how much you tried to refuse. Imagine my surprise when I saw you working for the Bracer Guild in Liberal 3 years later. Well, the goddess works in mysterious ways. You never quite know what threads will end up tying people together. I'll never forget the hospitality the two of you showed me back then. My only regret is that I wasn't able to return the favor to her. There's no need to dwell. The fact that you remembered it to this day would be more than enough for her. Sounds like those two knew each other for back before they met through the guild. Evidently so. How are you eavesdropping all the way from here? Sneak 100. But I feel like it would be rude to listen in any further. I agree, we should leave before we interrupt them. They won't see me from here. Ah, nice, I can go in here too. There we go. It's up to us to make sure the attendees have a nice tidy room. Good job, man. The Vice Commissioner looks so apprehensive standing there. I wonder what's on his mind. Don't worry, I won't bother him. I'm just worried is all. No, I give a shit about Pierre, man. What an amazing view. It's difficult to imagine any terrorist would take wing in such beautiful skies. Yes, that's right. Their notion, that mere notion is absurd. There's simply no way it could ever happen. He doesn't sound too convinced. Alright, now to straighten out this microphone. I have to admit, I got a bit jittery thinking of how some of the most powerful people on the continent were sitting here just moments ago. Relax, they're human, just like you and me. But I'm actually not human. I'm a rapper. Oh, he's saying more. I just remembered Estelle and Josh wanted to see you when you came earlier this year. They were disappointed to miss you when they heard you and Lynn had lunch together during the anniversary festival. Who's Lynn? Were they? Wasn't my intention to give them the cold shoulder. If time had permitted, I would have been more than happy to do a little catching up. That being said, I have heard plenty about their achievements while they were here in Crossbell. It's amazing to think those are the same two rookies who came through the doors of the Zeiss branch 2 years ago. Oh, Zeiss mentioned? Indeed, they were invaluable to us during their stay. I should have expected as much from a pair that was raised by Cassius. Cassius mentioned? I look forward to seeing how they continue to grow. That's right, Kilika used to be a Bracer Guild receptionist in Liberal. That explains how she knows Estelle and Josh. It's a small world, as they say. People often have fewer degrees of separation between them than you'd expect. Let me talk to them. Incidentally, there's even more dialogue. I heard that you been keeping in contact with Zin. Oh, Zin mentioned? You could say that. That we rarely get the chance to meet anymore, our positions being what they are. Okay, that's enough eavesdropping for one day. We should move along. Okay. That's hilarious. Let me just keep eavesdropping. Oh, I can talk to her. Hello, Angie? Yeah, we're in the middle of an intermission. Oh, that's right. Class 7 is at Garelia Fortress right now. I'm a little worried about what the Imperial Liberation Front is up to. But they should be fine as long as Crow's with them. What? Akechi? Oh my god, I can't escape Robbie Damon. He's in every game. I keep an eye out over my head, so you guys be sure to do the same. Huh? That's not like any Orbmid I've ever seen before. Must have been co-developed by the Foundation and the Reinford Company. Yeah, whatever it is that girl was talking about though. She seemed pretty on top of it all, not just anyone who can do that sort of thing. Is that the newest smartphone? Huh? You love me, Angie? This is a serious situation here. Now keep an eye out on my end, so you guys be sure to do the same. Oh my god. This is a Cold Steel character, isn't it? Like, I already know, man. I spotted Mr. McLean having a conversation with President Rocksmith's aide in the waiting room down the hall. They seem to already be acquainted. I wonder just what their relationship is. It's much more intimate than you think, buddy. Spill the beans now. Okay. Was there anything else on the 35th floor? I never checked. What the hell is going on here? How many times must I tell you the press isn't allowed past here? It's still intermission though, right? Can't you just, you know, look the other way? You promised we only want to take a few photos. They won't even know we're there. That's right, we can't go back to Grace empty-handed. Please let me through. Ah, persistent as ever. Good luck trying to tell a reporter where they can and can't go. Well, as long as no one is trying to physically force their way through, they're not breaking any rules. I guess so. This is all just part of being a member of the press, right? Either way, we may as well give up on any hope of using the elevators right now. Okay, so they're telling me I can't go that way. Hey there, Lloyd. How's security going on? Peachy? For now, at least. What about you? Did you manage to get a scoop you were looking for? You know what? We've been doing pretty well for ourselves so far. Speaking of which, I might end up writing a genuinely positive article for once. All I need now is some material with a little more zing to it, something the public would eat right up. I'm sure you already know this, but please don't go sneaking off someplace you're not supposed to. Our jobs are tough enough as it is. I won't. I was gonna make Ryan's do the, listen, I promise I won't break any rules, okay? See, no fingers crossed or anything. So come on, don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm more worried than ever now, as am I. I see the first half of the conference went well, revitalizing the economy. Okay, I was like, is she gonna talk more about Neil? This is the security room. Dudley is not in here though. Dudley is in here. How are you and your men faring, Captain Grant? Just fine. Everyone's standing by on high alert. They're used to being ready for an emergency at any moment. I suppose they would be. That's reassuring to hear. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'd like to go over how our forces will be deployed for the second half of the conference. Yeah, leave it to Dudley to keep things in high spirit. Okay. So we already checked this floor. Yeah. So we're good. And we found Arios chatting away with Kilika. That's... It's them! Fated reunion. I see. And that's when you ran into Lucy. Who's Lucy? Yep, I was only in Remiferia on business too. Guess she caught wind. Wait, is Lucy the blonde-haired girl that was classmates with Claudia and Lecter? I think she is. I tried to run, but she caught me. Yeesh, must be losing my touch. Can you even guess how many bonks over the head she gave me? Not a one. She hugged you instead with tears in her eyes, didn't she? Dang. I can tell exactly how she feels, you know? She's probably well aware of just how dangerous your day-to-day is. I'm sure she's been worried sick. Yeah, well, woman's intuition is no joke. Makes my spine tingle. I never do know how to handle him. Maybe, but you brought it upon yourself. This really does take me back. It's been so long since I've seen Leo too. I'd love for all of us to have a reunion. Oh, it is! And Leo was the other guy, I think with like blue hair. Why the long face, Lecter? Isn't this the part where you say, yeah, let's all have a bash at Michelin and party till we drop? Yeah, not a bad impression. No promises, but I'll see what I can do. Just don't hold your breath, alright? I know. You won't be able to stop me from looking forward to it anyway. Now then, I should be going. If you'll please excuse me. No problem. Hey, don't forget to say hi to Sieg for me. I still owe him for that salami. Huh? What? I'm more concerned about a bird delivering you raw fish, man. Damn, she's really coming to her own. Liberal couldn't ask for a better crown princess. You guys think so too, right? Oh, he saw me off camera. Impossible. Busted. Barita. Sorry, we didn't mean to eavesdrop. Yeah, just like how I didn't mean to eavesdrop on Arios's conversation 3 times. We didn't hear much, I assure you. Didn't you, Ellie? You seem very invested in the relationship from where I was standing. Tio. Well, she ain't the only one. You and the princess sure seem close. What's the story there? Well, I was her upperclassman back in school. Prep, I mean not Sunday school. Genisral Academy mentioned, to be specific. I still remember the terrorist attack there, led by frickin' Gilbert. Fucking Gilbert, man. It pissed me off. That's one of Liberal's most prestigious institutions, isn't it? That's right. It's not unheard of for them to accept students from abroad, but... Did you study there on taxpayers' money? No, the old man Giliath paid my tuition out of pocket. That's the thing about, like, Lecter, is like, I don't think he actually does tell lies. It's just that he's like, he has such a defeated mindset that he just does things, that's all. It's kind of sad, but I think we'll see more of him in Cold Steel, because I think Cold Steel's in Urbonia then. They're building this shit up way too much. They got that mystery like secretary student, the military academy they talked about, and like Lecter's playing a pretty big role now. Oh, that reminds me, you got called in to talk with the head honchos, right? I am the head honcho. I took down the DG cult, man. They're both real pain in the asses to deal with, so good luck in there. What? He's gone. He's gonna go hang out with Arios. He's gonna go hang out with Pierre in the break room. Could he be any more sketchy if he tried? Who'd have thought the next Queen of Liberal went to school with an Imperial spy? Truth is stranger than fiction, as they say. Whatever the case, we can't forget that he's a subordinate of the Blood and Iron Chancellor. As for what he's after personally, I think we'll have to figure that out for ourselves. Well, he was groomed by him, right? Like, he was one of the people that was, like, selected, so it makes sense that he's like, a bit brainwashed. And if he's not, then he's probably really unhappy with his station, let me just say that much. I saw Princess Claudia a few moments ago. I knew she'd be here, but I still could hardly believe my eyes. Being so close to so many dignitaries at once had me starstruck. I don't think I could live with the shame of letting them down. That's a good enough reason to stay sharp today. Wait, the President's room is the furthest one at the back of the West Wing. We need to visit him before meeting the Chancellor. Okay, fine. This is his Lordship's Prince Albert's room. Speaker MacDowell is currently paying him a visit. However, I've been instructed to let you pass. You're welcome to enter if you like. Oh, sure, why not, man? I'll go inside. What's going on? We're finally done deliberating for now, but I'm absolutely exhausted after facing both Osborne and Rocksmith at once. Now, don't sell yourself short. Your Lordship, you've grown quite capable of commanding the room when needed. I'd say your predecessors would be proud of the way you handled yourself in there. It's been 5 years since I ascended to the throne. Remiferia's domestic order has finally been secured, but I have much to learn as a statesman. No portrait for him. I'm like... You're kind of a big deal. Shouldn't you have a portrait? Oh, good afternoon, S3. Pardon our interruption. Oh, so you're the S3. It's a pleasure to meet you. I've heard so much about your exploits from Arios. Wait, you know Arios? I do. I've enjoyed a healthy rapport with the Bracer Guild for quite some time now. Arios in particular has long been a close personal friend of mine. Wow, I would have never guessed. Of course, he's not only Crossbellion I'm acquainted with, it's good to see you again too, Ellie. You've achieved much during your time with the S3 from what I heard. You flatter me, your lordship. I'm glad to see you're doing well. Whoa, Ellie knows the Grand Prince of Remiferia? Our vast network of connections is nothing new, but to think it would spread so far as to include a world leader. Yeah, Mademoiselle is running around in social circles us plebes couldn't even dream of. Yeah, I wouldn't want to. It's a great comfort indeed having Crossbell's famed police division on security detail. As a matter of fact, I'm told you once even saved Speaker MacDowell's life. It would seem we're in good hands. I think you may be expecting a little too much from us. Not at all. I too find your presence here most reassuring. We'll need that peace of mind to properly navigate the second half of the conference. About that, do you expect the upcoming discussions to become problematic, Grandfather? I do. Unlike the first half, I suspect the faults of Crossbell State would be thrust into the spotlight one after another, to which the major powers will no doubt be as demanding as they've been ever. However, I'm also concerned about Dieter. During our latest diet session, he was rather enthusiastic about introducing some truly radical ideas. Such drive comes with youth, and I do respect that. However, I worry about what direction it might take us today. I hadn't thought about it that way. Mr. Grimwood alluded to Mr. Mayor Qua having some kind of plan for the last half of the conference. I can't profess to know the details myself, but I'm certain he'll bring it to the table sooner or later. He's gonna... I present to you the metaverse. And whether it turns out for good or for ill depends entirely on how the conference proceeds, isn't that right, Speaker? Precisely. And as Speaker, it is imperative that I lend the utmost support to Mayor Qua during the trade conference. It's no simple duty to be sure, but I will do what I can to fulfill it. Of course, best of luck. Okay, so Dieter's got a secret weapon. What if it's an actual weapon, though? You're the S3, correct? Princess Claudia told me to let you pass. Feel free to go in if you'd like to visit. Yes, I want to speak to her. Where's Olivier? May I ask you a question, Sieg? How do you suppose Grandmother would have handled this? if she'd been the one to come. I give it 9 out of 10. You have a point. I suppose I can't help being the way I am. Oh, hey guys. Sorry for interrupting, Your Highness. It's nothing to concern yourselves over. It's merely thinking out loud. To be honest, I'm glad you came to visit. Are you also concerned over what may happen during the second half of the conference? Partially, yes, but I was actually reflecting on something a tad broader. As Crown Princess, I have a fair bit of knowledge when it comes to diplomatic negotiations. But to be a good negotiator takes many skills, insight, judgment, and objectivity, for instance. The first half of the conference made me painfully aware that I still have room for growth in those particular areas. So that's what's bothering you. Give yourself some credit. Knowing where you can improve is half the battle. That's right, and you're still only as old as Lloyd, Ellie, and myself, Your Highness. That's crazy, man. Freaking world leaders at the age of 18. You're an inspiration if you ask me. That's very kind of you to say. Still, being timid in a room like this is unavoidable at this stage of my career. But though the continent's troubles wait for no one, I nevertheless have to learn at my own pace and take everything in stride. Well, that's a good approach, just don't forget to cut loose and relax every now and then. Like now, for example, you only get one intermission. Be ashamed to waste it. Wazzy, I swear to Ideas, if you're thinking of inviting her out for a drink or worse, that's alright, I was never one for excessive formalities. The lack of it is quite relaxing, actually. Though, now that I think about it, perhaps nostalgic is a better word. Well, I'm around all of you, I feel as if I'm speaking with Estelle and Josh and the rest of our friends. I'm not sure we can really compare, Your Highness. Well, I have to disagree with you on that. Ah yes, would any of you care for some tea? No, we couldn't possibly. As much as I would love to, we have somewhere else we need to be. Oh, my apologies, I should have anticipated that. I won't keep you any longer. Please be careful then. Wish you all the best. And rest assured, I'll be giving my very utmost during the second half of the conference. Yeah, I'll be rooting for you, Your Highness. Nice. Yo, where's Julia, man? She's not here. Alright, let's do this, man. We've been expecting you. Yeah, you and everyone else. You're the CPD S3, correct? We are. Is this the President's room? Yeah, I've been instructed to let you pass. You may now pass. Dozo. Thank you. Pardon us. I can't believe we're about to meet the President of one of the two largest nations of the continent. Nah, you say it, even I've got butterflies in my stomach. Bro, just go on in, okay? We're not throwing hands. Not yet. Might be throwing furniture, though. Excuse us, Mr. President. We were told you requested to meet with the S3. Thanks for all coming. Instant music change. But please, no need to feel all pomp and circumstance. Go ahead and have a seat. Pomp and circumstance? Iranai. Okay. Don't sing it. Oh, sure. That's very kind of you, Mr. President. Is that an Ifu Dodo reference? My invitation must have come as quite a shock to you. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your own busy agendas for this. I imagine you must be very busy yourselves. Oh no, not at all. It's okay, Lloyd, you can tell him. Have you seen my support request, sir? It's an honor just to be in your presence. You're Speaker MacDowell's granddaughter, isn't that right? We met once before at a celebration of some sort, if I recall correctly. That's right. We first spoke back when I had the opportunity to visit Calvary with my grandfather. That was 2 years back. Ah, yes. Now I remember. You know, I was surprised to hear your grandfather chose to take up the post of Speaker instead of seeking re-election. I truly admire how passionate he is at his age. He's a model statesman, if I may say so. I'm sure my grandfather would be flattered to hear that. But not to change the subject, but what was it that you called us here for? Well, truth be told, I've already heard about you S3 fellows from Kilika. This year's Schwarz auction sounded like quite the affair, wouldn't you say? Frankly, former Speaker Hartman and I were never on the best of terms. Selfish as it may seem, I've been eager to meet the group that tipped the first dominoes that led to his downfall. We're honored, sir. Bro, he just mentioned the Schwarz auction, okay? Lloyd, don't act like this guy ain't a rat, too. Yeah, but real talk, we didn't do much. Guy just could have stopped shooting himself in the foot. Very true, he made his own bed the day he became involved with the cult. Ah yes, who could forget that? The DG cult. Their treachery spread across the entire continent, but no nation was more affected than my own. I owe you my thanks for putting a stop to them once and for all. Well, you're welcome, but really we were only doing our jobs. Honestly, I can't say the contributions didn't really amount to much in the long run. No need to be so humble, my boy. I heard things were rather dire, even your guardian force was being manipulated. Yet in the face of it all, you still managed to quash the cult and keep the little girl safe. Great goddess in the sky, those are no small achievements to speak of. You certainly flatter us, Mr. President. Truly, I'm not sure we deserve such high praise. Oh, but you do. Had Crossbow fallen into the cult, I don't know what would have become of us. If those dastardly villains took hold of the IBC, international trade and finance would have come to a screeching halt. And I'm sure you don't need me to tell you how severe the consequences of that would be for our economy. That's true. All the more reason I like to acknowledge your valor. I think the fitting thing to do would be to award you each a medal. Only a medal? Dude, give me Sepith. That sounds perfect. I'll have the arrangements made as soon as I return to the public. No, you don't have to do that. Is it even appropriate for citizens of Crossbow to receive awards from the Republican government? Besides, we already got more recognition than I could handle from Granddad MacDowell. Truly, I don't see any faux pas to be had about it at all. Your troubles are our own as well. After all, the Republic does hold serenity over Crossbow. No, keep your faces like that, and they'll stay that way. You received an invitation from our friend, the Blood and Iron Chancellor, too, did you not? I'd be delighted to speak with you all more, but I think my turn is over. And not to fear, I'll see to it that you receive those awards we spoke of. Keep an eye out for them, all of you. He really wants to send us an award. Okay. He didn't really say much of benefit to us. Thanks for visiting. You could find Chancellor Osborne's room at the end of the opposite wing. Right, thanks. We appreciate your help. Now you're welcome. Get lost. This ain't a show, shithead. Well, he was something, wasn't he? Exactly what I'd expect from a major political figure. Capable and devilishly cunning. Could you at least wait until we're not standing in front of his room, Wazzy? Well, to be fair, the president never made much of an effort to hide it. I doubt he was intentionally trying to place pressure on us, but that doesn't change the fact that he did. I think he was just trying to keep up appearances more than anything. As Calvert's president, it would be good publicity to honor the ones who were credited with resolving the cult incident. Not to mention he said that Crossbell's troubles are theirs as well, which reaffirms that he sees Calvert as Crossbell's rightful owners. Man, you're telling me that this whole reason he called us in there? Now these big shot leaders that got egos as wide as their country's borders. Yeah, but not as big as streamers though. Without a doubt, even Diet members from an autonomous state like this have nothing on them. And we still have to speak with the Chancellor? What do you think he wants from us? I couldn't say. We're probably going to want to brace ourselves either way. Okay, I go. Oh, there they are. Oh my god, it's both of them. Good to see you again. Did you have a status update to make? Nothing to report for now. What about the two of you? Have you learned anything? Unfortunately not. Things have been quite quiet thus far. We're exhausting every avenue on the Erebonian side of things as well. But unfortunately neither the nobles nor the reformists are intent on giving us any leads to work with. That's unfortunate. A big goose egg from both imperial factions then, huh? They seem like real peaches to deal with. Yesterday, Prince Oliver mentioned the possibility of creating a third faction, didn't he? It's been on his mind ever since. If you wouldn't mind, Major, could you tell me more about his intentions? Well, it's only natural you'd be curious. I'm not supposed to say much, but I don't think there'll be any harm in sharing a bit with the S3. To put it metaphorically, you could say the Prince is attempting to shatter some long-standing barriers. Lloyd's like, barriers? Did someone just say my favorite word? There's no way, Lloyd. There's no way you fall for that. Barriers, huh? That's something we're all too familiar with. Basically, there are irreconcilable differences between the noble and reformist factions. But that won't stop him. He aims to have the two come to terms anyways, as absurd as that sounds. The prince is trying to get the reformist and noble factions to reconcile. I underestimated his starry-eyed idealism. Isn't the divide between the two sides as wide as Gorelia Canyon itself? Wazzy, don't be so rude. He's absolutely right. Still, the prince has committed himself to dancing toe-to-toe with a monster, despite how ludicrous it may appear. He's fully aware of what people call him behind his back, a showy, debaucherous bastard prince whose only concern is his leisurely wants. Nothing to talk though. I decided to stand by him regardless. Yeah, he's a real one. Nicely, that's very admirable. The prince will always have an ally in Liberal, Major Muller, just as Princess Claudia has stated. We may not always be able to intervene directly, but we'll assist you both in any way we can. That's right. Thank you, Senior Captain. I'm truly grateful. The prince must truly be loved to have so many valuable allies. I don't know if I'd go that far, but there's no question that he has a certain effect on people. Still, the best thing that could happen today would be the trade conference ending without an incident. That's the objective. We'll be counting on you if the situation calls for it, S3. Incidentally, I believe I saw Her Highness emerge on the stairwell a moment ago. Well, no matter, she's too strong to let that man weaken her resolve. I'm worrying myself over nothing. Is she talking about Letcher? Sounds like there's some history there. Best thing that could happen, okay. Some history, ooh. Senior Captain Schwartz, I'd clock into work in a heartbeat if I had her as a boss. What the heck am I saying? Gotta snap out of it. Can't be getting complacent while I'm assigned to such an important post. Yeah. Oh. And that must be the Chancellor's room. The intermission will likely be over by the time we're done speaking with them. We should take care of anything else we need to do beforehand. Okay, like saving the game maybe? Yeah, I'll do that. Speak to these people first. Good afternoon, this is Prince Olivert's room. Wait, he's not here? We're halfway home now. Okay, just need to survive the second act. Where's Olivier? He's speaking with Dieter.